Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger was on CNN yesterday, and he's blaming Trump and Biden.
He's a never Trump guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a Republican. But, you know, I am immensely disheartened that a good section of this country is consuming CNN on a regular basis when it comes to this very topic. That's like what you can draw a direct line to in terms of Biden's approval rating on Afghanistan dropping, because it has been nonstop hammering of the disaster that is this withdrawal, when, as we have mentioned multiple times on this program, the withdrawal would have always been a disaster because the war was the disaster. And this is what we have reaped because of the bloodshed that we have caused and the destabilization. Here is Adam Kinzinger with Erin Burnett yesterday.
But look, both people bear blame here. And I know in such a tribal moment that we live in, we can't fathom that both Republicans and Democrats could bear blame because each side's busy pointing at the other. But Donald Trump set up a deal, you know, that would make Neville Chamberlain blush as he's out there saying, you know, that this war's not worth it. We're going to leave. My goal is to leave. It's an endless war. Then he empowers Pompeo to go negotiate a deal in that context. Pompeo negotiated a bad deal. They weren't following the deal. The Taliban, they weren't ceasing attacks. They still went forward as if this deal was working. And then after he got out of his office, he even as recently as a month ago said, I boxed Joe Biden in. At the same time, Joe Biden, who has reversed a lot of Donald Trump's stuff, including Nord Stream 2 sanctions and things along that line, made the decision to leave. He owns this decision as much as Donald Trump and the execution. I just think both Republicans and Democrats have failed the American people.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is anti-democracy rhetoric. So first of all, Neville Chamberlain is appeased Hitler.
Yeah. So
I don't really know if he would blush by negotiations with the Taliban. I think he would actually probably think like, oh, the Taliban's not quite
This is small potatoes compared to my negotiations with Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, and like both parties should bear the blame thing, of course, on a very basic sense. That's true. They're all complicit in this. But you have to be careful when a certain type of person says that, because what they're saying is the military deserves none of the blame for this. But if you actually look at, you know, the things we were saying about Biden 10 years ago when Obama was in office, about how the military just gives, oh, we want more troops or many more troops. Those are the options that we're giving you. Like, the military is absolutely every bit as complicit as the parties are in this. And like having people like McMaster or like the CNN mouthpieces do laundry for this occupation is it is really infuriating.
Well, he's trying to do the Seth Moulton thing, and the Republican congressman who I'm blanking on his name, who also went with him to Afghanistan, right? Like
Peter Meyer.
Sorry?
Peter Meyer.
Peter Meyer, right? We are veterans, and we have the very specific knowledge subset that allows us to be above these kinds of political whims, which is, as you say, quite dangerous. And he mentions that this is a bipartisan problem. Both presidents, Biden and Trump, deserve blame. I will one-up you, Kinzinger. Yes, both parties do deserve blame. And now I'm going to say 3 presidents deserve blame. George W. Bush, Obama, a Democrat, see, I'm bipartisan, and Trump, because they didn't withdraw from Afghanistan.
Yeah, they didn't shackle the military and tell the generals to shut the fuck up about it. Like,
yeah.
That's what they should have done, and that's why they deserve blame.
Yeah, they deserve blame for listening to people like you, whose only conclusion to every fucking thing is more troops, more bloodshed, more intervention, more power for me and my ilk, more unfettered power to do what we want to brown people around the world, and so that we can flex our muscle and say, oh, we are the greatest in the world. And there's no way that we are going to just let a massive loss change our worldview. it's just going to be the same conclusion every time. And nothing should stand in the way of that. Not the whims of politicians like Joe Biden, who deserves such blame for this. Not the whims of the people, the politicians who were elected by the people. We need to be, and I know Kinzinger is a politician now, but he's speaking for the military.
He's an
in this instance.
yeah, absolutely. Like Kinzinger is a politician that wants a military dictatorship, just like Jim Sciutto and Erin Burnett and every general that they interview about this stuff. Like, that's what this is. Like, this is the path that they're trying to lead people down. And that might sound a little bit extreme, but I'm sorry. Like, you don't. Look at Brazil,
well,
just to the south. Like, they literally have a whole bunch of people in that country that want a return of the generals. Like, we don't have that history here, thankfully, but there is a appetite for it among a lot of people, including powerful people in the media.
And they may be fine with, okay, in terms of domestic policy, we want to talk about healthcare, we want to talk about, you know, college or education or any of these whims that affect, you know, that go back and forth via presidents, the tides go in, tides go out thing. Like, that's fine. You can have those petty debates, but we as kingmakers of the globe, spreading America everywhere, that needs to be unchecked, and it should be. That's the bipartisanship that they're interested in, and that's why he's frustrated with, like, Biden here and pretending that it's just a Trump problem too. For his own interest, because he's one of the anti-Trump Republicans.
There's a question in the chat that I think we should just respond to. What options do you think the military should give? It was never the job of the military. It doesn't convince the people, build schools, blah, blah, blah. That's on you, the civilians. The problem with that is if you look at, say, the Iraq and Afghanistan occupations, that the military was entirely involved in perverting the understanding we have of these conflicts and what we should do about them. From the very beginning, they took it as a part of the mission to co-opt the media. So, no, we don't get to blame the civilians. It's the military that needs actually way more of a hit in this period than even civilian leadership, in my opinion. And it's not happening. And that's what really frustrates me. Like, look, the Democrats are going to hit the Republicans for it. The Republicans are going to hit the Democrats for it. All that stuff is in hand. And what's not going to be addressed is this absolutely evil monstrosity that we've been inflicting on other countries around the world.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.